Christopher. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm Nicole. I'm the social media coordinator for the All American High School Film Festival, and I'm so excited to learn all about your film. Congratulations on being one of our 2025 official selections.
Thank you very much. I'm very excited to be at the premiere.
Well, just briefly, could you tell me about yourself? Like, tell me where you're from, what high school do you go to, and what inspired you to get into filmmaking?
I live in Arizona. I go to Mountain Ridge, where it has a pretty good media class, if I do say so myself. The What got me into movies was mostly animation. I loved researching early cartoons and how the history of them and how they were made, especially the work of the Fleischer brothers. Um, I think they're very underrated in film history. They're very good, um, and it inspired me to want to make animations, and I made those. And then as it later went, I wanted to make live action stuff, which is very cartoony also, which is what Jack and Jane is.
That's awesome. Okay, so for this next part, it's a little bit of an activity. I'm gonna have you almost sell me your film as like an elevator pitch. So in 60 seconds, tell me what your film is about and almost like sell me to go watch it. You
Okay.
ready? Okay. Three, two, one, go.
So it's about this couple, you see. They're the perfect couple in the whole wide world. And then suddenly, an evil wizard named Miss Evil attacks them, and wants to ruin their life. And how does she want to ruin their life? She wants to win the one thing they want to win: a couples race, a race for couples. Um, so Miss Evil, she dates everyone in town, so she can have a bigger posse of people to date for the couples race. It's not really a couple, but you get the idea. So during the wait, and get this, whoever wins the race gets to become mayor of the city. And because of Miss Evil's cheating ways, she wins and becomes the evil warlock leader of the town. And it's up to Jack and Jane to save the day.
Wow. That was awesome. I have asked that question at every single interview I've been at. For these, I've done maybe like 30. That one has to have been the one that sold me the most. So
Huzzah!
hat off to you for that. Okay, so what inspired you to make this film?
Um, like the general plot or just visuals? Because there's different answers for both.
Whatever you want.
Um, the plot. I was calling my boyfriend one day, and he didn't. I think he was just jabbering on. It wasn't really an idea for anything, but he had an idea for a show where um, a girl wins a couples race by getting a bunch of boyfriends, and I thought it was really funny.
Period.
Um, I thought it was really funny. So, and I'd recently watched the movie Forbidden Zone, which is a really good movie where all the sets are made of cardboard. And
Oh, cool.
I loved that movie so much, and I wanted to make a movie close to it, but I hadn't had a plot. So basically, he just dropped a plot right on my hands, and I got to thinking of everything else that could be in it. A lot of other inspirations were Caligari, Fleischer cartoons, as I was mentioning earlier, um, and just yeah, just general tuniness I loved putting into it. There was also some of my friends who I didn't get to work with films. The stars Dylan Rowan and Anna Torres. I had media productions class with them, and they were great, and I wanted to work on them with something.
That's
So that,
super cool. So is this like a this is a like a live animation, like kind of like Tim Burton esque, or is it like computer based?
it's basically we had the stars on
No way.
these things.
Oh
Uh,
no way.
Basically, it was. I know people don't like green screen, and I don't like the overuse of it too. But um, we got we got our stars on this green screen, and we green screened them into things. We got them in very exaggerated costumes, and put them into toony worlds where they got to play around more.
That is so cool. So, what was behind the scenes like for a film like this?
Let me grab something real quick. I want to show you.
Awesome. I'm so excited.
So, the green the green screen stuff was relatively easy enough to shoot. There were some problems. Um, my pal Dylan, I love him to death. I love that man. He's one of my best friends. But he did not show up half the days we were shooting.
Oh no! So what'd you do?
Basically, we had to shoot around stuff a lot. The race scene, the famous race scene at the end of the movie, what actually took 3 days of shooting. It's very quick. It's only a minute long, but it takes 3 days of shooting. Because we had one scene with Miss Evil and all her partners, and Anna, who plays Jane, and that took. And Dylan was going to be there that day, but he couldn't show up. I think it was his senior year. I think he was having a lot of things coming up. So we had to shoot everything with that I could shoot with Miss Evil and her partners. Basically, all the shots with them were shot on one day. Then then Dylan could show up a different day, and I got Anna. So it's all the show. I shot all the stuff that had me, Dylan, and Anna in it, but the other people couldn't be there. And then there's one shot where all of them are together, so we had to spend a day of shooting just to get that one shot.
Wow.
It took a couple months of shooting. So a lot of it was working around people's schedules, but it was mostly green screen, so it was easy enough to make. But the sets, which I'm very proud of, they were physical pieces.
Oh wow.
To give you an example, so I could shoot the insides of the rooms and put the characters in it. This is Miss Evil's lair, one of the backdrops, where she walks around and talks to her devil on the wall of plans to defeat Jack and Jane.
That is so cool. That is such a smart concept. I've never seen someone do that before.
It was really fun.
That is awesome. So what was the biggest challenge in making this? I feel like this is such an intricate operation.
The biggest challenge, I'd never really done. I don't want to say I've never done like anything film before. I'd worked a lot on stuff, but I never really made a short film. Which my friend Cohen, who also has a movie playing at All American, which is neat.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
He had a web cartoon where I would work on it a lot, and I would direct episodes of that sometimes and animate stuff for him. I know it seems like a weird thing, but I had directed features before, very basic features, but they're like 40-minute experimental movies, and then like 1 2-hour plush movie. But that was improv, and it was a joke. It doesn't. I don't count that. It doesn't exist. Those I had made, but they hadn't like had a full production. Jack and Jane was the first real production I had to get into, where I had people. I had like a group of actors. It was pretty good. There was a couple. It's been a while. It's been less than a year now, but it still feels like a while since I've made it. So there are things I wish I could have directed better. I wish I could have get a better performance out of them. But it was my first real time doing that, so I feel like I did okay. I know I shouldn't say that in the interview. I did great. I did an amazing job. It's a perfect movie.
I'm sure it's amazing. Okay, for my last question.
Yeah.
Why should people be sure to come see your film at our festival?
I feel like it's going to be a lot different than a lot of other people's stuff, and these kind of things aren't usually seen on big screens anymore. You don't get these big exaggerated things anymore. There's 2 movies that came out recently which are similar, People's Joker and Hundreds of Beavers, that use a lot of green screen, but they had very small releases. Well, Hundreds of Beavers had a bigger release, but like it was independent releases. They didn't get big releases. So to see a movie like this is a one in a lifetime opportunity. I do say. I say. So see this movie on the biggest screen possible. We're pulling a Christopher Nolan. Get an IMAX for this movie. You're gonna love it.
That is awesome. Well, thank you. Oh, hello. Thank you so much for talking to me today. We're super excited to feature your film at our festival. And for those attending the fest, you can see Jack and Jane in the 23rd annual Couples Race of Pleasantland on Saturday, October 18th during screening number 21 at the AMC Empire 25 theaters in Times Square, New York City. See you in October.